This world needs some salty saints. Hello, I'm Eddie Lawrence, and here's today's devotional thought. In Mark chapter 9, verse 50, after Jesus has laid down the law, so to speak, about radically dealing with those things that hinder us from being a positive influence for the kingdom, he tells these disciples, have salt in yourselves and be at peace with one another. He had just mentioned about how salt's no good if it loses its savor, its flavor, its impact, its influence, its effect. And he says, have salt in yourselves. It's a call for us to, first of all, examine our own self. Sometimes we may be looking at our brother or our sister and say, oh, I see this missing in your life, or you need to get this fixed. Jesus says where you start is to have salt in yourself. Make sure that your life is being the influence that it needs to be, and then have peace with one another. The context of a lot of these teachings is out of the conversation where the disciples were competing and comparing who's the greatest, and Jesus is teaching them, be like a child. Jesus is teaching them, deal with the things that hinder you. Jesus is teaching them, you're to be light, you're to be salt. You need to let the fire of God burn away the things that need to be burned away now, and don't be among the folks that end up in the eternal flames. So, be salty saints. We're to be salt, we're to be light, we're to be preservatives in culture. Again, it's a call to purity. It's a call to let the love of God and the life of Christ manifest from our lives. And that last thing he says, and be at peace with one another. The enemy wants to divide us. He wants to create division and disunity. And there's always war around that, whether it's within a marriage between a husband and wife, or in a family between parents and children, or in a church between brothers and sisters. The enemy's working, trying to create division and disunity. Why? Because we are so much stronger together, and unity is such a powerful force in the kingdom. If two of us can get into agreement, we have the assurance of God's presence and God's power to bring about what we're aiming at. So be salty and be at peace with one another. Is there someone you need to forgive today? Is there some a saltiness that needs to be added to your life that once used to be effective, but maybe now you're not so effective? Be salty, saint of God. Live for Jesus. Let your light shine and let your love show. Amen. Have a good day. Blessings to you, and thanks for spending this time with me. Share it with someone else.